tanks, wells and channels or laying of roads by people themselves without distinction of rich or poor. He arranged for a new trust to give assistance to the Adhishtanam of Bodhendra Swamigal, the 59th Shankaracharya of Kanchi, who stressed the importance of Nama Sankirtanam.
To perpetuate Vedic studies, the Veda Dharma Paripalana Sabha was constituted. In 1944, the Golden Jubilee of the Advaita Sabha was celebrated by eminent scholars. In 1946, there was communal frenzy following the unfortunate demand for splitting the country. Hindu women of Bengal were molested and converted, and there were indiscriminate killings. The Acharya said,
"As per our Shastras, those who have been molested and forcibly converted should be allowed to return to our religion and be rehabilitated without any stigma. We should honor those Muslims and Hindus who rendered assistance during these disturbances."
1947 saw the dawn of independence for Bharat. The Acharya's message to the people was,
Our flag contains the Dharma Chakra. It links us not only with Emperor Ashoka but also with Bhagavad Gita, which says, Evam Pravartitam Chakram. That is, our Dharma shines as the chakra which symbolizes the constant interaction between the human being and the cosmos. This freedom has been obtained by long struggle and sacrifice. Let us pray for a future of peace and prosperity. People should stick to truth at any cost and should completely eschew communal strife. Each one of us should think of the welfare of others. Control of the mind leads to self-realization, and that is real independence.
When Gandhiji was assassinated in January 1948, the Acharya said that it is a great loss to our value system. Gandhiji's views on Ramanama, Varnashrama Dharma, food habits, and the definition of God are spiritually profitable even to the most faithful Hindu. The Acharya asked the people to pray for his soul. He instructed that 2nd October, Gandhiji's birthday, should be observed as a day of prayer in temples, mosques and churches. Swamiji was instrumental in the resurgence of the centuries-old Tamil devotional hymns, Tiruppavai and Tiruvempavai. He pointed out that a festival named Trippevai Triampevai is held in Thailand. He asked the veteran Tamil scholar T.P. Meenakshi Sundaram Pillai to go to Java, Cambodia and other Southeast Asian countries to study the evidences of Indian culture in those regions. He sent communications to about 4,000 legislators to ensure that our legislations should conform to our culture, which is our dharma. When the Indian constitution was taking shape, this serene sannyasi convened a conference of matams from all over India, the first of its kind. The concept of religion as a fundamental right saw the light of day. Stalwarts like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and Dr. Ambedkar appreciated and respected the suggestions of the Acharya. Article 26 underwent an important change. Also, religion was shifted to the concurrent list from the state list.
In 1954, the Acharya nominated as his successor 19-year-old Subramanian, who was trained in the Matham itself and was known for his piety, exemplary behavior and intelligence. He was ceremoniously initiated into the Sannyasa Ashrama in Kanchipuram as Pujya Shri Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal, the 69th Shankaracharya of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetam.
To ensure undisturbed training and meditation of the junior Acharya, he was secluded at the remote village Ambi near Kanchipuram, where there is an Adhishtanam of a Shankaracharya of Kanchi. The Paramacharya himself conducted the training.
When Acharya Vinoba Bhave met him, the Swamiji said,
Any service aiming at purification of one's own self is itself worship.
In 1957, marked the golden jubilee of the Mahaswami's accession to the Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. A biography of the sage in Tamil, written by Sambhamurthy Shastrigal, was released. The royal family of Greece, including the Queen Mother, Her Majesty Frederica, and Her Royal Highness Princess Irene, had darshan of His Holiness along with the eminent Professor Devotee T.M.P. Mahadevan. When the Sanskrit Commission sought his advice, the Acharya suggested that all teachers and candidates for the Indian administrative, police, revenue and foreign service examinations should be given a basic knowledge of Sanskrit for national unity.
The Mahaswami blessed renovation of numerous temples. He guided the Kumbhabhishekam of the Akhilandeshwari temple at Thiruvanekka. The ancient spacious Matham at Thiruvanekka was renovated. A Veda Pathashala is conducted here also. He pointed out that the Rajarajeshwaram temple at Thiruvanekka has a Panchamukha Lingam with 5 faces, just like the one at Kathmandu in Nepal. He explained how the priest at Pashupatinath temple in Nepal is from Karnataka, the Panda at Rameshwaram is from Uttar Pradesh, and the priest at Badrinath is from Kerala. The Mahaswami arranged for covering the Vimana of the Kanchi Kamakshi temple with gold. In 1960, the Hindu Religious Endowments Commission, under the chairmanship of Sir C.P. Ramaswamy Iyer, met him and received his guidance.
In 1962, at Elayatangudi in southern Tamil Nadu, the Mahaswami convened the first Vyasa Bharata Agama Shilpa Vidvat Sadas, a unique historical, cultural and academic assembly of scholars and artists from all over India and abroad. The topics included temple architecture, worship and evidences of Hindu culture in various regions of the world. Scholars were honored. The Acharya said,
Our ancient Vedic heritage was prevalent from Egypt in the west to Java in the east. Buddhism did not accept rituals, but with its propagation of Satya and Ahimsa, it is only the Upanishadic aspect of our Vedic religion. We should rediscover our cultural ties with our neighboring countries, including West Asia. Western interests have concocted the race theory, dividing our people into Aryans and Dravidians, for which there is absolutely no sanction in our own sources. We must be fully aware of our solidarity.
The Mahaswami's simple speeches to the masses flowed effortlessly, containing the most ancient wisdom and also results of latest research. For him, all religions are but facets of the only eternal Sanatana Dharma. Unity of religions is needed, not uniformity. The core of the Acharya's life was the preservation, study and adherence to the Vedas, which are the common heritage of the entire human race. Ashan Chaturang Mantri Sarth of Thailand spoke about Thai dances along with demonstration. Such academic gatherings in various cities became almost an annual feature under the Mahaswami's spiritual scheme.